Do you know these dolls? I'm Busy Bee from Germany, and this channel is more than your just one-stop Barbie repair workshop. My dear viewers, welcome to a new episode of Busy Bee from Germany. Today I would like to make another show and tell episode for you. And our topic today is the great fashions of the 20th century. These dolls belong to the Great Fashions of the 20th Century series. Today I would like to do a video more than from my collector's side than from my repair workshop side. So these are dolls that I got 20 years ago, and I got them when they came out, and I really love this series because they represent the different fashions from the 20th century, and I'm really enthusiastic about the fashions from the 20th century. This is the 1910 Promenade in the Park Barbie, and she was the very first one I got from this series. What I really liked, what made me make her buy, is the outfit. She reminds me a lot of the beginning of the movie Titanic, which I saw also in 1998 when she came out. And the first thing I thought when I saw this doll in the catalog I got back then was, hey, she's looking like Kate Winslet in her Titanic dress. And she was such a great doll that I immediately bought her when I had the chance to. This is the second doll of the Great Fashions of the 20th century. She was the hardest one to find for me. She's called 1920s Dance Till Dawn Barbie, and she was one of the hardest to find, at least in Germany. I went to a lot of stores and she was sold out everywhere, so I had to buy her overseas, and she's the last one that I got from this series. I had all of the others long before I had her. And what I really like is the lilac dress that she has, and she's a bit crazy looking. That's what I think is very fascinating. When you think of the 20s, I think more of green, blue and black dresses, but not in lilac. So this is really crazy, but I like it. This is the 1930s Step-In Out Barbie. I like the black and white ensemble that she's wearing. I think she's very elegant styled here. And I also let the hair like it was when she came out of her box. Some collectors complained about the hairspray style that she had, which is not original like it was in the 30s, but I don't care so much about it. I like the style that she has, and I think that's a very elegant dress, a stylish dress. And That's why I bought her immediately when I had the chance to. I bought her in Hamburg, Germany. But the shop does not exist anymore. So I was lucky enough to get her, and she was the second doll that I got from this series. So this is the fabulous 40s Barbie from the great fashions of the 20th century. You can see her stand is also different like the first two ones had. I don't know why they changed her stand, but I would have liked the older stands because they are better from the stability to put the dolls on them. Nevertheless, what I really like about her are the little details. She came with like the dragonfly brooch and her nice little hat here, and that's why she was also a must-have for me when this series was released. This here is the nifty 50 Barbies. She is not on her original stand, she's on a Kaiser stand, but I don't think it matters so much. So this story about this doll is this. So when I was on a class trip in London in November 2000, I saw her at Harrods, and I thought about buying her there because it would have been crazy to buy her there. But the disadvantage would have been that she was much more expensive than if I would have bought her in Germany directly. So she was great to be seen at Harrods, but at the end I did not buy her there. I did buy her in Germany later, after returning to Germany. And what I really like about her is the 1950s fashion. You know, I'm a big fan of the 1950s fashions, and she was one of the few ones I really had with the circle skirt and the petticoat and the blouse and the style. You know, back 20 years ago it was not so easy to buy these retro 50s fashions in every store, so you really had to search when you wanted to have them, and I really adored her for many years before I got my own retro clothes from the 50s. So this is the groovy 60s Barbie that comes from the great fashions of the 20th century, and my great grand aunt bought her for me because I had problems to find her So I sent out my great-grand-aunt to buy her, and she found the last one and she bought her for me. And what I like about her is the crazy 60s style, because when I got her I did not have all of the others from the 60s, and you already saw like Frenzy and the Twist and Turn Barbie I have in the meantime and all the other ones. So she was one of the first ones I had from at least displaying the 60s, even if she was not really produced in the 60s. But this is Carnaby street style, so crazy, colorful, a bit inappropriate for the time, but I really like her because she's not doing what all of the others were doing back then, and that's why I like her. Great addition for the series. So this is the 1970s Barbie from the great fashions of the 20th century. I got her from my 16th birthday from my parents, and she was unfortunately the last one of this series. I really like her because she's really 70s looking like, and it's sad that this series was not continued for the 80s and 90s. I wish they had done that, but unfortunately they didn't do it. So that's what I think of when I think of the 70s, which were the decade before I was born. And yeah, I think she is great for what she's displaying. My dear viewers, I hope you like my little video about the great fashions of the 20th century, this time more from my collector side than my repair workshop side of Barbie. I hope you enjoy these dolls as much as I do as a collector. Question of the day is, do you have any of the great fashions of the 20th century? Do you like this series? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you share, like and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next weeks. Your Busy Bee from Germany. Bye!